The following contest is set for one fall and is for the World Kaiju Federation Championship. Introducing first, from Skull Island, Cole! And his opponent, from somewhere off the coast of Japan, Godzilla! Gong!
As someone who has no knowledge of wrestling, Casey, I have a question.
Yes.
Why were you just doing an impression of the snowman from Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer?
Because he sounds just like Howard Finkel. He sounds just
Casey,
like
you forgot the most important part. Let's get ready to rumble!
No, don't say that.
I thought it was let's get ready to Dumbo.
Good work, Zach. You just got us copyright claimed and/or sued by Michael Buffer, who's very litigious over.
I don't think Michael Buffer
phrase.
is concerned about a podcast that doesn't have
Well,
like a really huge.
You'd be surprised at the shows he's sued. But okay.
I would be thrilled if Michael Buffer tuned into our podcast.
I'd be more thrilled if Bruce Buffer did, honestly. I respect
now
his
he's going
body.
to sue us. Casey, thanks.
Well, I'm sorry, his brother's more relevant than him today.
Welcome to another miserable podcast, Horror Decomposed, the pumpkin-scented intersection of horror and pop culture. Thank you so much for joining us. With me, as always, first, a man that needs no introduction, but I'm going to give him one anyways, the luchist of gringos, Professor Casey.
Hi. Got Howard Finkel's ghost in here, too.
Hey.
And back with us after a 2-week Edgar Wright retweet-induced sabbatical, the Criterion Kid, Chris Pistol.
Oh,
Professor
God,
Chris Pistol. You forgot that happened? The greatest moment of your life?
Whoa, this has happened like 4 times now. Me and Edgar Wright are almost in first name basis.
Wait, it's happened more than once?
Oh yeah.
I didn't know that.
If you suck a director's dick long enough, they're gonna have to acknowledge you. Meaning, if you tweeted them enough.
Who's this kid down here? All right, I should acknowledge him.
If you tweeted them enough, they will respond to you at some point.
Unless it's Kevin Smith. Yeah. Trust me on that one.
Don't fuck with Kevin Smith.
Lloyd Kaufman, he'll probably retweet you the first time. But I don't think it's really Lloyd. I think it's like an intern or something.
Oh man, I know we're not talking about the last blockbuster today. That's the movie we are not reviewing, but I'll just say that Lloyd Kaufman was MVP in that documentary.
Was he talking about how Blockbuster was horrible and killed the industry?
Yes.
Because yes, okay, thank you, Lloyd. Because he did say that in many of his books. Yeah,
they basically brought him in and they like intro him with like, and now 3 minutes of Lloyd Kaufman, and then he's just like, I don't know why I'm here. Blockbuster sucks. Like they destroyed all the mom and dad stores, blah, 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 and just goes on this tirade.
And they refused to carry his movies.
Yeah, and that was 3 minutes of Lloyd Kaufman.
I still need to see the last Blockbuster. Obviously, it did do damage to that, but at the same time, it was a lot of kids, including myself, really intro to a video store. Like,
so what you're saying is you're part of the problem.
I guess.
Aren't we all? We're all white men. We're all
yeah. And plus, I went to Blockbuster.
At least it was a video store.
All the places that I could have gone.
Netflix killed Blockbuster and really killed video stores.
I gotta say, Video Depot in Santa Clarita, next to the bowling alley in Newhall, still there. Outlasted Blockbuster just like 2 blocks away. Outlasted fucking Netflix. It's still there, and that is tremendous. Tiny store.
Yeah, I mean, I had
Miss Los Angeles. There's still video stores.
I had a Blockbuster and a Hollywood Video like within a few blocks of each other, so I just kind of alternated between the two.
Yeah, I did more Hollywood video because it was closer to my girlfriend's house, and it had unrated horror movies and the trauma movies that Blockbuster wouldn't carry.
I think Hollywood Video by me had a better candy selection, so that was one of the deciding factors.
Yeah, you know, they just buy the candy once and never change it out or refresh it at those stores, right? You should, yeah. It's probably still in your colon. Like chewing gum is around your heart.
Join us soon for our video store podcast where we just talk about video stores.
That'd be awesome.
Every week.
Yeah, honestly, that would be great.
Hey, there he is.
Hey, we have a special guest who also likes video stores.
Yeah. How's my microphone real quick?
Yeah, you're sounding good.
You sound good, buddy. You sound good. So I'm Zach, by the way. I never introduced myself, but what we're talking about today, what we are talking about today, Godzilla versus Kong, and we can't do an episode on Godzilla without a Godzilla expert. So I'm really pleased to bring back our good friend, badass artist extraordinaire, and Godzilla superfan, Mr. Kevin Cannarile.
Yes.
Hey, everyone. Thanks for that good introduction.
Yeah, of course. You missed Casey's Godzilla versus Kong wrestling intro, man. It was quite something.
I channeled the spirit of the Fink, Howard Finkel. It's pretty good. I've been practicing that in my car quite a bit, driving around. But yeah, dude, we were shitting on Blockbuster a little bit, siding with Lloyd Kaufman.
I wasn't. I was defending.
Well, Kevin's actually, his hometown is near sort of the last Blockbuster, right? Like Bend, Oregon. How far is that from Butthhook or wherever you're from?
It's a little far, Butthhook. Yeah, it's I have family out there. It's a few hour drive. I mean,
closer than we are now. Though.
Oh yeah, way closer.
Yeah.
Like I think maybe 2 hours out or so. Nice. I mean, it's not far enough they can't join us for Christmas. So, you know,
nice.
They drive.
You should join them for Christmas at the last Blockbuster.
Yeah. I don't know. I never was a Blockbuster kid. We didn't have one in Hood River. I worked at Movie Gallery, though.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I never went to a Blockbuster until I was in college.
I had no choice a lot of the time. There was Video Depot, though, which I was telling these guys is still around, which is amazing.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, they must sell people a lot of pornography or something to stay in business this long. That's my theory.
People that don't have the internet, apparently.
It's Santa Clarita. It's old school, man.
I mean, not that I watch porn, but it's there.
That's what kept us afloat. Was our porn section.
Pandemic, people. Pandemic. Come on. So, Godzilla versus Kong. Finally here. Yes, Casey, that is a Psycho Goreman Blu-ray. Casey is showing us his Psycho Goreman Blu-ray.
This visual humor is really playing on this podcast.
Yes, I do have the one of 2000 Hunky Boy edition Psycho Goreman.
The cover inside that slipcase, the actual DVD cover, Blu-ray cover of Psycho Goreman it looks like a 90s, comedy starring Robin Williams.
I'll show it to the guys here.
Yeah, isn't that like a play on the Mrs. Doubtfire?
No, that's a play on
sort of
some Sinbad movie.
Oh, is it?
I can't remember the name of the Sinbad movie, but I just know that Sinbad is like
a lot of 90s family comedies had like covers like that. It's pretty great. Check it out if you're look up the Psycho Goreman Blu-ray cover art. It's fantastic.
But we've talked enough about other things, Zach. So
Godzilla versus Kong.
Hold on. No, we got to do it right.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your main event of WrestleMania.
Okay, there you go. We're ready.
So we've been waiting years for this MonsterVerse to come to its, well, hopefully not conclusion, but conclusion for now. So we had Godzilla in 2014. Then we got Kong Skull Island, directed by Jordan Voight Roberts in 2017. Then we had King of the Monsters in 2019 by Mr. Michael Dougherty. And now Godzilla vs. Kong, directed by Adam Wingard. What did you think, guys? This movie has been doing amazing at the box office. It made $285 million in 12 days, which is pretty impressive.
I want to just tell our audience that we played tribute to this movie by just being a bunch of people talking and not getting to the monsters for 10 minutes. There we go.
We'll do a huge spoiler section and break down the film, but let's just talk about our initial reactions to Godzilla vs. Kong. Did you guys see it in the theater?
Yes.
Chris, did you?
Also, sadly, no.
I was vaccinated at the end of March, and I waited about a week, and it was the first movie I've seen in theaters in like a year and a half. So
yeah, since this is the first movie I've seen in theaters since The Invisible Man.
I think the last one I saw in theaters was Color Out of Space.
Oh yeah, because you got to see that screening. That's right.
That wasn't at an AMC though, so it'd been a while since I've been doing AMC. So,
well, tell me about that. Was the like crowd really into it? Because I feel like I missed out on.
I mean, I don't remember tons of cheering. I mean, you know, you're wearing your masks, and I wish I'd kind of soaked in the theater more. I was so shell shocked to be there. Like I just walked in and it was like at their main front theater. I wish I'd kind of walked around the AMC in Burbank, but it was just cool to be there, man. It was, you know, they're one of their Dolby theaters, so nice recliner seats. You know, no one was sitting next to me. So I felt safe. I kept my mask on like the whole time. I didn't even have any concessions. I didn't see how limited the concessions were because I know they're kind of still building that back up.
I was gonna say, are they done with their remodel that they started like 3 years ago?
Yeah, no, they're done. They're just getting back into the swing of things. So
they tore out the arcade and put in a fucking bar. Yeah, good times.
MacGuffins, which isn't doing so hot right now.
Not that I want to touch an arcade right now, but still.
Right.
Well, it's okay. The Burbank Mall has a round one that hopefully will open as soon as it's safe.
Yeah, I was gonna say we got like that round one, and then that crappy arcade above it too. Still, that
arcade has been there since I was a kid, and it's better than when I was a kid. So I'm not gonna shit on that.
If you ever want to beat Zach really bad at a motorcycle racing game, it's a pretty good place.
There was an arcade on the lower floor. They were getting evicted. They tried to find another spot downtown Burbank. No one was taking them. I signed a petition online for them. They eventually got a nice spot upstairs. It was better than ever, and now round one came in, and it's probably going to put them out of business, which is terrible.
But I feel bad for round one, too, because they opened the weekend that COVID shutdown happened.
Yeah.
Like, shit.
I think it's all amusement centers, that arcade. Anyway, way off topic. Godzilla vs. Kong, people.
We're still playing.
I'm just gonna say
it's just we're following the structure of the film.
I'll give my initial thoughts. The second half of this movie just felt like in the best way. Yeah, in the best way possible. It felt like a proof of concept for a Godzilla vs. Kong motion simulator. Like Transformers the Ride 3D.
Yeah.
It was like Transformers the Ride 3D meets like Back to the Future with, you know, oh god, like what is like the Avatar, like Flight of Passage kind of.
Flight of Passage kind of underwhelming. I feel like I'm the only one of us that's been on it.
You're the only one I've heard say it's underwhelming. Everyone else I've heard say it's amazing. So
I'm sick of motion simulators, dog. Give me some fucking robots.
But seriously, the second half when they're in the vehicle and they're just flying around and going through Godzilla's face and skull crashers.
When he hooks the whip thing to him and he's getting dragged through and
Universal. Replace King Kong 360 with Godzilla vs. Kong.
Oh man.
I know that's on the tram. I know that's on the tram.
Or
just make Florida, a Godzilla vs. Kong simulator. You already have enough simulators, so make another one.
In Florida, they took the tram part and made it into its own attraction.
It felt so much like this is a ride. We're going to give you a ride here. And
I think it would blend better. Like maybe do it in the new Epic. What's it called?
Epic Universe.
Epic Universe.
But I want it out here in California. Where
I do too, but come on. All that land is going to Harry Potter shit. You know that. Well, actually, with Rolling kind of canceled, maybe it won't now.
Yeah, that's a whole another topic for another day. But yeah, I really want to get a chance to hopefully go see this if they keep it in theaters for long enough.
I'm sure it'll be there.
Because I did feel like I've heard stories of people saying that like the audience was like cheering, especially like the moment where Kong punches Godzilla in the face.
Dude,
So,
no one cheered in my theater. I was at a Cinemark. You know, it was full to their capacity. My girlfriend and I both fell asleep for about 30 seconds each during the beginning of the movie. All the talking and shit. Look,
it wasn't that slow.
Yeah,
I still gave this 4 stars on Letterboxd. Okay,
I'll say this: like of all of the movies they've made, of the new movies they've made so far, I feel like the human shit in this movie was probably my favorite of all of them.
I'd
like,
agree. I'd agree.
I always hate the human shit.
I don't know. People were like comparing like Brian Tyree Henry's character to like a Michael Bay kind of like stereotype, and I do not agree at all. Like,
he was entertaining, man.
I totally.
And he was actually like good. Yeah, that's not
exactly. Yeah, I was totally into like him and the Stranger Things kids running around.
Millie Bobby Brown.
Yeah, getting into pods and then somehow ending up in China and then discovering things, and I enjoyed that.
That subplot was fun.
It felt like a really fun 90s like superhero movie to me, with that like little subplot thing where it's like, oh yeah, like, or like an Independence Day, or like the 98
I was gonna say
Godzilla.
it's like a good Roland Emmerich movie.
Yeah, I like the 98 Godzilla movie.
You know who was in the 98 Godzilla that was in this movie for like 5 seconds? Lance Reddick.
Broderick? Oh, I was hoping it was Matthew Broderick.
No, that would have been great if Matthew Broderick was in this. No.
Who was Lance Reddick in the 98?
He was like an uncredited soldier, so he's probably in 98 Godzilla as much as he was in this Godzilla.
Yeah, so like 4 seconds each. Oh, man.
That poor guy that cut out his scene.
Yeah, they totally cut out his whole character, probably, I'm sure.
Hey, it's for the better, because the director said there's like a 3-hour cut of this movie?
5,
4-hour cut? 5?
What? Holy shit.
God damn.
But strange. You know what? We'll talk about it a little later. Kevin sent me a thing. This director's my homeboy now, and I'll tell you why.
Adam Wingard?
Yeah, Wingard.
I've always liked Wingard.
Adam Wingard directed The Guest. Still, we think we've mentioned The Guest in passing like a billion times on this show. But
yeah, because we've all liked it. Yeah,
one of my favorite thrillers of the last 20 years, I would say.
Okay, no, check this out. Kevin sent me this thing in text, okay? And he said that his approach to Godzilla and Kong was as follows. Okay, so you got Godzilla, right? You got Kong. This is me talking so I can call up the message. Director Adam Wingard thought of Godzilla as the Undertaker, the pro wrestling character and fearsome loner who comes and goes to take on enemies when he needs to. So we're talking like shortly before retirement Undertaker that wrestles once a year. Okay. For Kong, Wingard looked to Bruce Willis's John McClane, even giving the big guy a dangerous jump that's also a diehard homage in the film, which everyone should pick up on. He's this 80s action hero archetype. He says a Kong. John McClane is this awesome cop, but it's like one guy versus a bunch of terrorists. And like Willis's good guy, Kong's in a little over his head, and he isn't, though he totally isn't outgunned. Look, okay, first of all, The Undertaker would fucking murder John McClane.
Yeah, I was like, this is supposed to be The Undertaker versus Bruce Willis.
But I get what he's saying, and I love that.
Yeah.
And I love it. It's the Godzilla thing's accurate.
Yeah, he felt like the moment I read that, I was like, oh, I see it. It's like, I totally see it.
Yeah, that was some crazy shit, man. Because when I read that, I'm like, oh, dude, this is good. This is going on the show.
It's definitely weird to look back at this series and think about how it started, because I think like Godzilla 2014's like strongest like element to that movie is that it kind of takes Godzilla like really seriously. Like it almost gets back to the roots of the first Godzilla film from the 50s, and that, you know, you really like the director does a really good job of like creating scale for Godzilla and creating the sense of like awe and terror. and we've kind of just like, and now the series has kind of like mirrored the original Godzilla series in that it's just gotten a little bit sillier with each movie to the point where now it's just like
it mirrors.
Honestly, it's not silly enough in my taste. Go ahead, Kevin.
Probably not. No,
it
definitely
mirrors the Showa era pretty well because, you know, like you had the original Godzilla and then the movie where King Ghidorah and Ghidorah, the three-headed monster, the original is where the series just firmly starts stepping into camp. And then it just gets even more ridiculous. I mean,
I do think this film felt the most like the Toho Godzilla movie, especially the battle in the second half when they're just bumping into...
Sounds like Toho has a little more influence on these movies than I originally thought.
Yeah, they're super strict with Godzilla stuff. Like they are, like if you use any like clip or music of like a Godzilla movie, Toho is like in a YouTube video or something. Toho is on it like that day and stuff. They're super strict.
And they'll be, so don't use any of their music in this bit, Zach. But also they're like, oh, Godzilla can't do this. Because Wingard's like, I just want Godzilla to fuck. I just want Godzilla to fuck a building. Or maybe Kong when he's down. No. He did want Godzilla to smile, and he was
the one thing you have to put aside with these movies is like tens of thousands of people that were like horribly killed in these attacks.
Oh yeah, they don't even bother to pull a like Justice League where they're like, oh, they're on an island where there are no people. It's like, no. I'm pretty sure 1 million people in Hong Kong were killed that day.
After Age of Ultron, there was like, these superheroes, like tons of people died. This thing, this is like next level.
Look, you had Marvel wipe out half of existence in the next Avengers movie. After
they came back though. They came back.
Rodan jacked up that city though in King of the Monsters too.
He fucking burned everyone alive.
Like people flying through the air.
What city was the city at the end of Godzilla King of the Monsters?
Wasn't it Boston?
They fight in.
I thought it was like near Boston or something.
Oh,
because by the end of the movie, there's that shot where Godzilla is like standing and all the monsters are around him, and it's just like what once was a city is just rubble now. It's just
I could have sworn it was Boston or Chicago, one of the two. Because they were at the baseball stadium,
Fenway Park. Fenway Park.
Yeah,
so Boston.
So it is Boston.
Boston.
Okay. So this is a world where San Francisco and Boston are just fucking completely destroyed. Do not exist anymore.
Have you been to San Francisco?
And now Hong Kong.
Maybe they just got rid of some of the human feces around San Francisco, and everything's fine.
So before we get into spoilers, just to sum up our thoughts.
We should just give our scores right now.
Yeah.
I
mean, this was a 4-star for me, especially for the second half. I think
dog.
if you're going into Godzilla versus Kong and you're excited about it, I don't know what you're not going to enjoy here, like how you would be disappointed. What else are you expecting? Like,
you'll be pretty boned up by the end of the movie, no matter what.
Yeah,
it's building towards. Even if it feels a little slow paced and there's, lots of human scenes at the beginning, it's building to something. And the human scenes, they built it, like it's developed well enough. The subplot is good. And all the Hollow Earth stuff is pretty badass. So I think we have some disagreement.
Spoilers, Casey. Spoilers.
Nah, it's cool. It's cool. The Warlord wasn't there from DC Comics. I was kind of pissed. He lives in the Hollow Earth. God damn it. They're owned by the same company now. Come on.
So, so my rating was 4 stars. Chris, what was your rating?
I also give it 4 stars. I just thoroughly enjoyed this. I mean, people who are not gonna enjoy this are people who wouldn't enjoy any movie called Godzilla versus King Kong. So this movie firmly knows what it is. More so, it's the most confident of any of these movies that have come out. So it firmly knows exactly what it is. It knows what the audience wants. It knows what its fans want to see, and it delivers on all that. And there's a great creative surprise that comes in the middle that made me go, "Oh shit!" We're gonna probably talk about in just a minute. So
Yeah, but if you're a toy collector, you knew about it last year, unfortunately, because they fucked up.
Yeah.
But yeah, 4 stars for me also. Kevin, don't fuck this trend up. What did you rate?
No, I went 4 stars all the way. I had a
Kevin
blast.
went 1 star. Absolutely. Kevin hated it. 1 star.
I had a blast. I thought it was just a good, fun movie that's like right up there with that nice cheesy era of Godzilla, where you had like Godzilla versus Gigan, and he talks in English in that one through like a weird radio thing. Or I think in the Japanese one, he talks in like comic book bubbles.
He does. Yeah, they took it out of the. Yeah, I was so sad when I heard we didn't get comic book bubbles.
But like that era, it's perfect. Like the only thing that could have made it better was like weird aliens that are actually like some kind of cockroach or something, monkey people.
No, space
like
monkey dudes.
Discount Planet of the Apes guys.
Yes, please.
Well, there was a
Where
winner.
are their toys?
There was indeed a winner. So let's get into spoilers and kind of break down the plot a little bit, and then talk about where we think the MonsterVerse will head next. So
okay, so those of you that are tuning out due to spoilers, I have to give you one last thing. Today, as we record, is April 11th, and it is the anniversary of when The Toxic Avenger was released in theaters. So watch it if you haven't seen it. Zach watched it finally.
Yeah.
Shit.
We still got to do another Casey Big Zach watch Troma movies, maybe next month. Actually, we did do another one.
Freaks.
We did do another
one, and Zach fucked it up.
But the recording, the audio was messed up, so maybe we'll just redo that one.
I don't redo things.
All right, so spoilers: Godzilla versus Kong. Does anyone want to kind of break down the film, or do you want me to?
Okay, look. I don't think we gotta talk about any of the plot. Okay, I think we just need to talk about the cool scenes. Because that's what people want to hear about. All right. And also, if they're this far, they've already seen the movie. So look, okay. Some people talk for 40 minutes, blah, 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 blah. I was in Stranger Things, blah, 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 blah.
Okay. Well, Kong is in confinement on Skull Island. Monarch is watching them. Last time we saw him in Kong Skull Island, I think that was in the early 70s. So now it's 2021.
Yeah. He lives in Biodome, which they call Biodome. Missed opportunity at a Pauly Shore cameo. God damn it. Or whatever shitty Baldwin was in that one.
He knows sign language. He communicates with a girl named Jaya, who is Rebecca Hall's character, who oversees Skull Island. It's like she's adopted her. Apparently Jaya is like the last descendant of the island natives.
Problem 1. And this is fucking Rampage's fault. Learn sign language. We can't have Kong flip anyone off because it's a story beat from Rampage. God damn it.
Oh, does that happen in Rampage?
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty great.
I mean, nobody saw Rampage, so you could probably just redo it and nobody would know.
That's true. But you know what? Rampage is the shit, and people should see it. It's a fun ass movie.
I loved the little girl, the who's basically Godzilla's her like pet monkey. Yeah.
And she didn't give the finger to Godzilla once when Godzilla was staring at her.
That would have been hilarious.
Great, yes. Very talented little girl who's actually deaf in real life.
Oh,
awesome!
Really?
So great representation of deaf actors.
I think her name is Kaylee Hoddle. Yeah, she was great. So we have Billy Bobby Brown's storyline. Kyle Chandler is just dicking around. Now he's like director of special projects or something at Monarch.
Kyle Chandler's so boring.
He doesn't do shit in this whole movie, but I'm glad because he's not on my screen. He's like, "Where's my daughter? Where's my daughter, Kevin? Kevin, why are you in China?"
Millie Bobby Brown is tuning into Bernie Hayes, who is a low-ranking employee at Apex Cybernetics that has a conspiracy theory podcast called Titan Truth podcast, and he's been trying to infiltrate Apex for the last several years because he thinks they're up to something. And so he steals some data, and then Godzilla attacks the facility because he's pissed for some reason.
I love that sequence. That sequence is kind of fucking awesome.
Yeah. We meet the CEO of Apex Cybernetics, played by Damien Beecher. And he goes to recruit Alexander Skarsgård because he's trying to find this power source in the Hollow Earth.
Who should have been played by Dan Stevens. I'm just throwing that out there.
I think Skarsgård was fine. I like.
I know.
you know.
Hear me out, guys. Willem Dafoe. Willem Dafoe.
Okay.
I mean, if you, I
His
was a
chemistry
fan
with
of-
Rebecca Hall would be a little strange.
You know, Skarsgård was great on True Blood. I think he did fine here. There just, you know, there wasn't too much to his character. His backstory is that his brother died trying to enter the Hollow Earth, and
It just sucks that he's like the fourth best actor with the name Skarsgård. I'm just
I was
saying.
gonna say, yeah, he doesn't even deserve the mantle of Skarsgård. I'm not
you
impressed.
guys are so mean, man.
Much like
I'm
whatever
sorry.
much like whatever Baldwin's in Biodome. I'm just saying.
I'm sorry. He was just such a he could have been called Man who explains things, and
Exposition
nothing would have been
Man.
different. Exposition Man, nothing would have been different.
I do got to say though, he got the first motion simulator of the movie, so
And Dan Stevens would have been a great callback to Adam Wingard's The Guest. Just
That would have been
throwing
cool.
in-
Yeah, I mean,
throwing in his
I'm
old-
never going to complain about Dan Stevens. He's awesome, but I don't think Skarsgård was bad here. So they decide they need Kong to lead them to this power source because they can't find it on their own. So, so he has to go to see Rebecca Hall and convince her, and so they bring Kong on this. They tie him up on this big ass freighter ship into the ocean.
which rules because they do him getting tied to a freighter. They also do the airlifting scene directly from the original, which is fucking amazing.
Yeah.
How big is that freighter ship? Holy shit!
That
He
one
jumps
is
on that
huge.
thing too.
Yeah,
He
it's
fucking
really
jumps
big.
on that thing, and somehow it doesn't just crush and sink into the ocean immediately.
All of these CG Godzilla movies have had a problem with scale a lot of times and consistency in scale if you think about it. But if you're thinking about it, you're watching these movies wrong. And
I just want to see
also-
the scene where they somehow sedate Godzilla. Do they even mention how they
I am
sedate
mad
Godzilla?
that
No.
no one
I mean, King Kong.
got drunk off berry juice. Kong should have got drunk off
Yeah.
berry juice.
Yeah, I just want to see a short film that's all about how they sedated King Kong and somehow acquired chains enough for his arms that were strong enough to hold him.
Yeah,
They
how
must be
long did
made
it
out
take him to
of,
make those handcuffs, man?
They must be made out of Wolverine's adamantium claws.
I want to see like the 10-minute sequence just building these handcuffs.
how long did it take for them to build a giant robot Godzilla? Not very long. Not very long.
Oh, that I can buy. That I can buy.
How long did it take for Godzilla to apparently kill all the other kaiju off screen? Is that was kind of a throwaway line?
They
kind of.
said
I'm like,
they
even
were
Mothra? What happened to Mothra?
defeated. So
So they might have just tapped
Yeah.
out. Okay.
I mean, because like now that we're into spoilers, it's kind of what he did with Kong a bit,
right.
and like Rodan and all of them
Sure.
were chill with him afterwards. No one was one, so they might have just counted him. I know there is a comic out. There's 2 comics out that tell what's happened in between this, and I think Godzilla fights. I know Behemoth is in it, the big elephant ape one at the end of King of the Monsters.
like the coolest.
Yeah, he was the coolest
no
one.
toys monster. God damn it! Where the fuck is that toy?
Yeah, I think that was the most surprising. The most surprising aspect of this movie is that you kind of can definitively say, I think Godzilla won.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, Kong tapped out. Kong tapped
Yeah.
out.
Pretty much, which almost never happens in these versus movies.
No,
But I do gotta say, it was more like a 2 out of 3 falls situation. Okay,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
if you look at, well, actually, Godzilla won 2 straight falls then, because he clearly wins this boat fight.
yeah.
no, Godzilla loses the middle fall. King Kong.
No.
There's a moment
No.
when King Kong beats Godzilla and Skarsgård goes, "Oh, it looks like Kong won round 2."
Oh yeah, but Skarsgård's stupid. He thinks that the world's hollow. No.
He says, it looks like King Kong won round 2, and then someone says to him, "You asshole! Millions of people just died."
Okay, so okay, you can't have a best of 4, but Kong saving his life after he lost. Okay, that was just him getting his heat back. Never mind. That's
I think
Just get his
Kong
feet back.
wins in the audience's like approval rating. I think Kong comes out of this like the fan favorite of the movie.
Which was the
I know
intent.
my girlfriend was on. My girlfriend watched this. She has never seen any of these movies before. This was her first one, and she was Team Kong the whole time.
Can we, Kevin? Can we talk about Kevin and his Godzilla-related relationship?
I'm always Team Godzilla.
Okay, no, but to the point where you've broken. Zach can edit this out if you don't want to talk about it. But you're Team Godzilla to the point that you've broken up with someone for not liking Godzilla.
Yeah.
What?
Well, I don't
know if we want to go into your personal life.
They didn't not like Godzilla. They were like, Kevin, you're too old to be watching these movies. You need to get rid of them.
Oh, okay.
And I was like,
Oh,
Get rid of them.
Get rid of you. Get rid of you instead.
I showed him.
Yeah, that just sounds like someone who's like.
I dropped him into Godzilla versus the Smog Monster. I was like, oh man, you got to see this. And they were like, this is stupid.
God damn it! First of all, fucking kick-ass theme song sets the stage. Then it's got an environmental message like Captain fucking
Trippy
Planet,
cartoons.
but it doesn't suck like Captain Planet.
It's got
yes,
trippy little cartoons. Bunch of hippies in a field partying to stop pollution.
I'm mad for you because I didn't know it was that movie, and I'm mad for you
Godzilla
now.
flies.
Oh. He does.
It's a perfect movie.
He does. 100%. That's a 5 stars on Letterboxd.
All right, back to Godzilla versus Kong. So
back
Millie,
to the less fun movie.
So
but
Millie
still
Bobby
fun
Brown
movie.
goes to find Bernie
Toppin.
Hear me out.
Bernie
What
Hayes.
What if we had Bobby Brown in Millie Bobby Brown's role? Gotta take control. Try to battle my boys. That's not legal.
So Millie's best friend joins her, the dude from Hunt of the Wilder People, and
Yeah.
they track down the podcaster guy because he showers with bleach. So they go to a convenience store clerk somewhere.
That would be really painful and smelly.
That line, like, I was like, wait.
I'm pretty sure that would affect your skin after a while.
Anyway, they sneak into Apex pretty easily, and they get on a transport tube, and they're off to Hong Kong. And then, so we get the great fight scene between Kong and Godzilla on this freighter.
Yeah.
Then we get to Hollow Earth, which Keishi has some issues with. So Hollow Earth is basically what it sounds like. It's Earth is hollow in the middle, and there's a land here where all the Titans originated from.
But none of them are there because it's the most, except for like a couple boring ones. Except for Q the Winged Serpent, actually.
Basically,
I was going to say, like, that is like the superior version of the dragon from Dragon Wars. You got,
Okay, yeah, I see it. Yeah.
This is the second time the last time you were on, Kevin, we talked about Dragon Wars.
Well, it's because we're the only ones that saw that movie.
Yeah. So we get to the Hollow Earth. This is where the motion simulator part kicks in.
Yeah, because they have to go. Okay, so people are mad that Kong could go in, but they couldn't, and they had to go through hyperspace. It's because they're little and Kong is big. They said the gravity crushed them.
I do gotta say, I know the little girl can communicate with Kong, but you're really gonna let her go on this trip where she could fucking like implode and like your
I had a lot of questions just about their
Why
entire.
would you let her go?
Like, but how?
Because, bro, she'd just be joining the rest of her family. It's okay, in death.
You may die horribly on this trip, but we need you. Is that okay?
Look, orphans are disposable to these people.
So, I forgot to mention there's another character, Damien Beecher's daughter, played by, I forget her name, but
I don't know.
She's there.
Evil bitch.
Evil bitch that
bitch who's bad from obviously bad from the beginning.
Elsa Gonzalez, I think is her name. She was on her the From Dusk Till Dawn reboot.
She is what Western fans would call the dog villain.
Which my girlfriend helps me pick up on because she keeps like saying like ooh gross and just things throughout the whole movie, and my girlfriend was just like ugh, I do not like her. I was like, yeah, I think she's not gonna last very long.
We discover a cavern. They're like floating through Hollow Earth. We discover a cavern. That's where Kong descendants are. Then we get like a Planet of the Apes shot where Kong like takes his throne with this power axe.
And there's a nuclear reactor in there that charges the axe like Mjolnir, and he gets like lightning, atomic powers, right?
That was so rad. Like that it made the Godzilla like shape when he started charging the axe. I was like, oh man,
dude, it's funny. This is an exact scene, like beat for beat from Assassin's Creed.
I was gonna say it felt like very video game like.
No, it's from shit. What's the Assassin's Creed Odyssey? The Rome one. Yeah, there's an exact scene where you go into a cave exactly like this, and you get a sword, but it doesn't do a cool Godzilla shape. It just does. I think it does the little Assassin's A shape thingy. But I'm like, oh my god, I've played this in a game before, but I wish I was a giant gorilla instead.
Let's just get like a game. Yeah, let's just get Kong swinging a giant axe in Hollow Earth, the video game. That'd be cool.
I just wanted a minute where he like takes his throne and then for a second just sits there and everybody's just like, now what?
Then you just hear a big fucking thunderous fart, and it turns out it was a toilet the whole time. Just be like, well, he's been holding it for how long? We didn't give him a toilet on Skull Island. He's probably got some John Wayne shit going on.
So Millie Bobby Brown and co. discover King Ghidorah's skull, and they're using that to power Mechagodzilla.
And then, Millie Bobby Brown, she finds this, so they packed up their group, got a grip, came equipped, grabbed their proton packs on their back, and they split. Found out about Vigo, the master of evil, tried to battle my boys. That's not legal.
King Ghidorah, or no, Mechagodzilla at this point is controlled by Ren Shirazawa, who is supposed to be the son of Ken Watanabe's character. Is that even mentioned?
No, like... you should just know by the last name. Shirazawa is not a very common name.
But did he learn nothing from his dad? Because his dad loved Godzilla.
Maybe,
he wouldn't want him to.
Maybe he loved Godzilla more than his son.
Right? Maybe he loved Godzilla.
I feel like there's a backstory there that like your dad died for Godzilla, so maybe I guess he holds a grudge. But they could have explored that.
Oh, and there's a theory that the head that lived is the dumb head.
The head named Kevin by all the fans.
The head named Kevin by all the fans. Yes. I saw that this morning, and I'm like, I need to bring this up on the show.
So they discover this power source, and they're just able to upload it really easily. I'm not sure how that works, but it overpowers Ren Shirazawa, so we can no longer control this thing telepathically. Kills
what
Damien
though? I'm just
Beecher.
glad they didn't waste time on trying to figure out the power source. They're like, fuck it, we got it. Okay.
I think it was kind of funny that Damien Beecher and his daughter are both killed like within like 5 like screen minutes of each other.
Yeah, they do not matter at all. It's like, okay, now we got you out of the way. You were a mechanism for the plot to get into motion, and now we can dispatch you.
Not quite gruesome enough. I was expecting at least the death of the babysitter in Jurassic World level shit going on.
Yeah.
Oh god, that was terrible.
Luckily, the difference is that Adam Wingard isn't like a genuine psychopath like Colin Trevorrow is.
You see, I'm going full psychopath if I'm making a Kong movie or a Godzilla movie or both. Oh my god, Toho would never speak to me again.
So yeah, Godzilla can sense what's going on, and he blows a hole through the fucking earth. And, and Kong jumps through it, and then we get the next part of the motion simulator. They rocket back up, Skarsgård and Hall.
Oh, and you get fucking cool Dreamwave fight with like pink and blue lighting and shit. Which there's toys of them painted to look like they're reflected in that lighting.
And this is when that city is just decimated, and who knows how many people are killed during this.
This is why you hire Adam Wingard, because he clearly has a taste for the neon.
See, what they need to do is erect like in bowling when you have like bumpers that you put on a lane so the ball just goes back. They need to erect city like bumpers for these Titans that is battle.
That's gonna be in the next movie. They're gonna be like, unleash the pumpers, and then like hit buttons.
That would be a really big erection, and they wouldn't be able to get a PG-13 rating with an erection that big.
If you can make giant ass handcuffs, you can make like skyscraper city protecting bumpers. You know.
Hey, you know what? They had a giant robot. The giant robot was supposed to protect the city. It just went a little cray-cray. Okay, it's fine. So yeah, Mechagodzilla was supposed to be the big surprise of this movie. We didn't really mention it, but New York Toy Fair, which happened before the COVID shutdown, showed Mechagodzilla toys all over the place. Yeah, and he's in both.
It was one of the first things I knew about the movie. I was like, oh shit, Mechagodzilla's in this, which I
had no idea.
They teased, Ghidorah's skull is purchased by the bad guys at the end of King of Monsters at the end of the credits. So we know there's going to be something there. I think maybe some people thought it was like Mecha Ghidorah, maybe. But
which was a character.
I was thinking it was going to be Mecha Ghidorah. But it kind of is like it's a nod to both of them.
Sort of.
You know, I like the design of the Mechagodzilla they used. He's like a big Minecraft Godzilla. He's all square and stuff.
Yeah.
But I kind of wish they leaned more towards the Mechagodzilla from Ready Player One.
I wish it was just that one, honestly.
So cool.
Yeah. Oh, I gotta check
That's the only scene I've seen from Ready Player One. But he looks rad.
Oh, it's a fun movie. I would actually tell people to watch the movie of Ready Player One instead of reading the book, because it's not 100 pages of the author explaining pop culture references that you already understand.
The one in Ready Player One looks a little like Mecha Reptar, but a good one.
I don't think Toho liked Reptar either.
Yeah, I was hoping we were gonna get like Kong versus Reptar next. You know,
no, we're probably not getting shit for a while.
Let's get into that. So we have this final battle. Godzilla is victorious, but it's like there's like he roars into Kong's face, and it's like a sign of respect, kind of like I upped you, bitch. But
he gives him a nod,
and then Kong taps out basically.
Yeah. And then Mechagodzilla comes up, and there's a great fight with him and Godzilla, but Godzilla's not doing so hot. He's a little tired from the fight with Kong.
Mechagodzilla fucks him up.
So Kong eventually comes to his aid after the young girl tells him Godzilla's not your enemy. He takes out Mechagodzilla with his nice axe, and just great
pops his shoulder back into place like a human.
Like John McClane. Okay. Mechagodzilla, probably my favorite Godzilla character. Okay, went out like a bitch.
Fatality, Mortal Kombat fatality.
They do dispatch him. They dispatch him pretty quickly.
All I gotta say is, if you watch the real Godzilla movies, he gets his head ripped off and still fucking fights. That's all I'm saying.
I mean, he would. He's a robot, so
I want to see the scene. So after all this ends, where they like Monarch just vacates, and the city of Hong Kong was just like, well, what the fuck?
Let's talk briefly about where do you even go from here? Like, what tops this at this point? Like, this is kind of what we've been building to, I feel like, with this series.
Kevin, you were the Godzilla expert, so I'm sure there's tons of other monsters. Obviously, Toho's, they had an agreement with Legendary to do these pictures. This was the end of that agreement, apparently. So, I mean, Legendary owns Kong, but they do not own Godzilla or the monsters. So it'll be interesting. They are doing a Skull Island animated series on Netflix, which should be awesome. Kevin, you should get on that, my friend.
There's a Godzilla animated series where Godzilla's made out of plants or some shit, right?
Yeah.
Kev?
Yeah. There is that. Don't watch those.
I mean, what would you guys want to see? I mean,
I lasted 5 minutes.
I heard Guillermo del Toro kind of wanted to do a Pacific Rim crossover. I wouldn't really care about that, but
I was gonna say it has to go full it has to go like full war, like Godzilla Wars or something, or like Godzilla in space.
I'd want it to be like they established the Hollow Earth, so Maybe
just
they can
chills there.
find some way to like get Megalon into this universe, because I think it was the Cetopians and stuff controlled Megalon, or he was their god.
Do we get King Caesar? Do we get Jet Jaguar? We need Jet Jaguar.
That would be like the Pacific Rim crossover. If they had a Jaeger that was like Jet Jaguar colors,
yeah,
I'd be like, holy shit, I am fully on board. But
I would buy the toy.
aliens after this, or evil.
It's got to be Gigan.
Yeah, because that's the thing, is that's my theory of why Godzilla King of the Monsters did not do well, is because, you know, it has Godzilla, but like the average person on the street doesn't know who King Ghidorah is or who Mothra is. Yeah. So like it was probably a hard like sell to a wide audience. And everybody knows who King Kong is. Everybody knows Godzilla. So you sell this movie on King Kong versus Godzilla, people are going to show up on name recognition.
Guys, you gotta stop calling him King Kong. We legally can't call him that. He's just
let's just do Godzilla versus Jason and just laugh our fucking asses off.
It already happened on Robot Chicken. Yeah.
That would have been so good.
Damn parodies ruining everything.
Realistically, let's get Cthulhu up in this bitch. I know he's not in the Godzilla universe, but come on, Cthulhu versus.
First of all, he's
Godzilla
public domain.
Kong?
You can do it. You can do it.
We can get Godzilla versus Frankenstein, the Toho Frankenstein. He's a kaiju.
And our last episode was the Frankenstein episode.
Oh yeah.
We could get like Audrey too, basically like Biollante, I guess.
My vote's Gigan, and I don't care if people don't know who he is or she. Fuck, which is it, Kevin? What's official? Because I've heard both.
For what?
For Gigan, a boy or a girl? I've heard both.
He's a robot. So
okay,
or
I swear the
cyborg.
Nintendo instructions or Nintendo Power or something said Gigan was a girl.
You know what I want to see in Ghostbusters Afterlife? I want to see a callback to, I know there's going to be mini Stay Puffs in Ghostbusters Afterlife, but I want to see a giant Stay Puff come for just a second, and then you see Kong just like rip his head off and like eat it and just walk away.
No, dude, Godzilla roasts the marshmallow and eats it. Yeah.
I'm like, oh, well, that was.
I mean, they could spin this off into like a kids movie franchise and just do Baby Godzilla.
Yeah.
Oh man. Yeah.
And do like Godzilla. An ET style.
Oh, they tried in Japan. They really did. That creepy fucking Baby Godzilla from Japan. I'm not talking about the original one. I'm talking about from the Showa series. Jesus Christ.
Oh, yeah.
Not the Showa, the other one.
Yeah, Showa.
I could see them doing like a Kong Hollow Earth sort of film where they explore Hollow Earth and some whatever creature appears from there.
I dig that. That'd be great because
only if Warlord's there, dog. Dude, this is ruining my chances of DC ever acknowledging Warlord or making a Warlord movie. I'd be happy with either one at this point. Because he lives in the Hollow Earth, dog. He landed there by plane crash, something. I don't know. Warlord's a great comic, is what I'm saying. And I want to see a Warlord movie.
Godzilla versus Willem Dafoe.
Okay, so let's
time to die, Godzilla. Oh god.
Let's wrap up our Godzilla vs. Kong section here because I know Chris has somewhere to go soon. So, final thoughts, guys. We've already given our ratings, but final thoughts on Godzilla vs. Kong.
Okay, I'll start. First of all, more like Godzilla versus Dong because I was boned up through the whole second half of this movie. Thank you. That is my opinion.
Yeah, cinema is saved, and I'm so glad that it's saved by this fun kaiju popcorn flick and not the boring ass Christopher Nolan fanboy or film school boy jerk off movie that came out last summer.
God, oh god.
Talk about Tenet. It's not good. Sorry, guys.
What I really want to see in the next one is like a super just self-aware, like humorous, like Kong Godzilla movie. I want to see Kong like go show up at like Universal Studios theme park and like see the ride they built for him and just like scare the shit out of people at the park.
Godzilla versus Christopher Nolan's ego.
Yeah, this was a lot of fun. I need to watch Peter Jackson's King Kong again. It's been a while since I've seen that. I mean, and the original King Kong, but I want to see Peter Jackson's Kong. But this is great, guys. If you want to see Kong versus Godzilla, you're gonna have a good time. There's nothing that you're gonna be disappointed with here, and I'm really interested to see where it goes next. So,
yeah, it's pretty much what you want in a giant monster movie.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
Especially like you go to see Godzilla versus King Kong, and it's it's enough of that to satisfy you.
Yeah.
Dude, what if this? Okay, Kevin, I got you. Okay, you made me think of this for some reason. Okay, you can't have Godzilla anymore. Kong versus Gamera, just as a big suck it to Toho.
Oh my god, that'd be so bad.
All right, so Chris had to leave because he had to go to work, but we have something else for you. So I watched a movie on Shudder. So let's talk about it. This is Don't Cross the Streams. All right, guys. So there's a movie on Shudder called Slaxx. It is about killer pants. So if
a subject I know too well, Zach. Subject I know too well. I feel like I've already talked about this. For
it's like we talked about this for like 10 minutes, and then we realized we weren't recording after Chris left.
So basically, what I was telling these guys is I've had an experience with killer pants, the Denizen jeans from Target, which exist to crush your penis and/or testicles into a fine paste whenever you wear them. Not wearing them right now. Feeling pretty good. I'd have a little bit higher pitch if I was.
Easy breezy,
lemon squeezy, but those squeeze your lemons a little too hard. So then we established that Zach has a lot of room in his crotch.
No, we did not establish that. I said I don't like jeans that squash the crotchy either because my fellas need to breathe. And I just didn't word it well. So,
like me and Kevin are both big fans of like 80s hair metal bands. And, you could basically tell if a guy was circumcised or not back then by their jeans. I don't know how they did it, man. I don't know how they did it. That's not comfortable. That's not, especially if there's a fucking zipper right. Okay, so then I asked Zach if this movie had anyone getting their junk chewed off by a zipper. And Zach, tell me your disappointing answer again, please.
Not explicitly.
This
you get some good gore. So let me get into. So Slaxx is a horror comedy set in Canada.
How many X's at the end of Slaxx?
Just two.
Okay, so yeah, it's Slaxx with 2 X's. They didn't do 3 X's because then maybe you'd get to see a dick get chewed off.
And some other things, yeah. So this is a movie. It's about a girl named Libby. She's hired at this kind of pretentious clothing boutique called CCC, or Canadian Cotton Clothiers. They're very kind of eco-friendly, humanitarian, trendy fashion retailer. I will say my disappointment with this film is that I wanted to kind of see more of where this store was located. It's not in a mall. You really don't get a look at the exterior of the store. You just see a brief, like, blurry background shot, but it's enough to say that this is probably like an outdoor shopping center. And it would have been awesome to see a scene where like these killer pants go on the rampage inside a mall. But
yeah, like a dream come true.
Yeah, like scene. I mean, come on, Jimmy Neutron did it.
Dude, fucking Fred Olin Ray did it. All right, come on.
Wallace and Gromit did it.
Yeah. So
Doctor Who did it with.
So it's this girl's first day. She's played by Romaine Dennis, not of Dennis and Jeans, but her name is Romaine Dennis.
She's Who the fuck names their kid after lettuce? Just say
Romane. She's great. She's very endearing, very likable. So this is like her first day. They're like very kind of fake and kind of artificial. The people that work at the store, the manager is like out to get this promotion, and I'll do anything to get this promotion type. Like the character you see in like every George Romero zombie movie, basically the asshole character. So the CEO of this company is making a surprise visit because they are set to unveil a revolutionary line of jeans called Super Shapers that conform to any waist size. They get like a shipment in like at the beginning of this movie. They're also prepping because they're giving a YouTube vlogger like an exclusive look at like their new releases like at midnight, which is odd. The logistics of kind of the time frame of this movie are sort of strange. But so one of the after this meeting, the CEO comes, and the tagline of this company is "Make a better tomorrow today." So that's kind of what you're getting. And so I will say the pants, they don't become sentient for no reason. There is a backstory given, a surprisingly poignant backstory, and kind of messed up. I won't spoil it.
Do they get a murderer's soul like Child's Play? Because that's the only acceptable answer.
It's not like Charles Lee Ray, but it's not far off from something like that. I'll just say.
I was hoping you said they were environmentally friendly.
Yeah.
I was really hoping it'd take like the 70s environmental horror route. Where it's like the pants got like dipped in toxic waste or something.
Yes.
I think it is like genetically modified.
Okay,
GMO kind of called out on that. Yeah, they're called out on that. But later on, so yeah,
you can genetically modify cotton. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Oh, this is like a Jack Frost kind of situation.
So this is like a one location movie. It's set like
wait until the pants fuck Shannon Elizabeth in the shower.
It's set completely inside the store, which looks like an American Eagle, Abercrombie, Hollister type kind of store.
The bane of malls, and I don't mean. You're finished, Batman.
But it does not. It does not skip on the gore. One of the girls goes to secretly try on one of these pants she's not supposed to, and the attack happens.
So you have killer pants that people aren't supposed to try on, and
these
keep them in the store.
These are bloodthirsty pants because after it like kills its victims, you see like shots of the pants drinking the blood on the ground.
That's amazing.
I like that. It sounds like Deathbed, the bed that eats. But
there are two really, really great gore-tastic kill scenes in this movie.
Cool, because I was worried, Zach. You know,
at least three. So
I was very worried about something specifically about this movie, and I need you to help me with it, Zach.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Does this try too hard? Because if it tries too hard, I'm not going to watch it.
No, you can tell they know it's a movie about killer pants. It's self-aware. It's like, it's not going to try and make this, even though like the backstory is a little more emotional than you would expect. It's kind of sad. They're still having fun with it. It's a movie about killer pants, Yeah,
but there's having fun. It's still trying too hard.
I don't think it's trying too hard. I think you'll have a good time. This was a really fun watch. It's only like 77 minutes, blows by.
And I'm not saying that Deathbed wasn't trying hard, because it was. It succeeded.
It just has, it has some insightful commentary just on the retail and clothing industry and kind of the child labor crisis a bit, and so which is still certainly a big issue. So it's but I really enjoyed this. I would give it about 3 stars. It's a lot of fun, really great just to watch on the weekend. Have some popcorn. I'm all in for Slaxx 2, the slackening. So. But I highly recommend Slaxx. I could definitely see it making my list at the end of the year. It's certainly going to get an honorable mention, if nothing else. That I had a lot of fun with it.
Quick heads up to our listeners. Those of you that are into really cool, really awesome DVDs, the halfway to Black Friday sale, is going to be coming up in May on Vinegar Syndrome. So start watching. It's a little too late to pre-order shit for it, unfortunately, but there's going to be some bangers getting released. So don't say that I didn't warn you. Okay. Don't say that I didn't warn you. You're going to get something cool. I have no inside information. I just think that if Vinegar Syndrome says, I guarantee you people won't be disappointed if you order this blindly, which I did, maybe I'm a huge asshole and I'm going to be disappointed. But I think if they worded it so strongly that maybe it's going to be a good thing. So we're going to see. So before we leave, I just wanted to tell you that.
You just made me realize really what we need next in a MonsterVerse, and that is Kong versus Sammy Kerr. So I'm going to start a petition for that. And so we get Godzilla versus Jason, Kong versus Sammy Kerr. It's hilarious. And come on, no false metal. Kong probably a metal fan, come to think of it. So he probably loves Sammy Kerr.
This is how we do it. is Godzilla versus Sammy Kerr, but Sammy Kerr becomes Godzilla size, utilizing the technology of the alien from Bad Channels. They reverse engineer a shrinking thing to make Sammy Kerr big, and then you can also tie in a Biollante.
And Shocker. You could get Shocker in there because Sammy Kerr and Shocker are like the same powers.
I just want to see like Godzilla vs Kong the musical now, you know?
No, I never want to see a musical ever. And
Universal, put it on, man. You did the creature show.
First of all, have you seen the creature show?
I've seen it on YouTube. Yeah, I did not see it in person.
I went in person. So many people walked out halfway through. It was amazing.
I still like Spider-Man Rocks. I thought that was fun. So that was.
Okay. So what we're saying is, all the listeners that are unsubscribing right now,
Spider-Man Rocks was the shit.
No, it absolutely was not.
Go watch it on YouTube and decide for yourself.
Go watch it on YouTube, and if you don't kill yourself,
it was a different time. It was a more wholesome time when Spider-Man could rock his heart out. Oh gosh! All right, Kevin, thank you for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Kevin, you have some cool stuff in the works, man. So why don't you plug what you're working on? Tell us about Cool Ghoul Radio.
Oh yeah, so that is something that I'm getting put together. That is a YouTube channel that's a horror story time.
I like store horror time better.
Yeah. And it's going to be more of a horror host, Tales from the Crypt kind of thing than what a lot of people do out there, where they just read creepypastas. It'll have original spooky stories, and so that's kind of what we're doing with that, and getting things slowly but surely put together and set up. So.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome. So what's you made a Twitter account and a YouTube page for it, right? Where can they is it just under Cool Ghoul Radio?
Yeah, it's just under Cool Ghoul Radio.
And that's spelled with a K, right?
Yep. Cool Ghoul with a K.
GHOUL Radio.
Yep.
And then you have a regular Twitter account as well, right?
Yeah, and that's just _cool_ghoul, and it's the same spelled with a K on the cool.
All these links will be in the podcast description, and I'll be retweeting them on Twitter as well, so you guys will have plenty of places to find them. But yeah, that's really exciting, man. I'm really eager to check that out and see your show. So I know how big a fan you are of Joe Bob and stuff, so it's awesome that you're venturing into that and doing your own thing as well. I know you're gonna kick ass at that, man. So I'm really excited to see it. Yeah,
it's gonna be good. It has my seal of approval. But if it's not good, take it up with Kevin, not with me. I have nothing to do with it.
Just based off the set pictures he's already put up, it's I can tell it's great. All right.
We're investing a bit more in the costume
mask
and stuff. Yeah, it's gonna be
well, even your placeholder looks good.
Yeah. So. Yeah. We're hoping for something that looks pretty good.
Awesome.
Yeah. He's gonna show his D and his B's, maybe his AH. So sign up for the calendar on Patreon.
Yeah, no, you can show off your house that you modeled after the home in TerraVision, you know?
Yeah.
This is where the Cool Ghoul resides.
His bathtub just has a statue peeing into it.
Oh my god, I would, if I could have a shower. It's just one of those statues.
You just got like endless bidets in your house.
Yeah. you get like little yellow LEDs at the water source too. It's tremendous.
Oh gosh, guys, thank you so much for joining us. You can follow us on Twitter under Another Miserable Podcast. You can follow me on Twitter on my personal Twitter account at at Earth2Zach, Earth the number 2 Zach, ZAK. You can follow Casey here. Casey, where is your Twitter?
Yeah, thanks for letting me say it since you messed your own up. At Lucha Gringo. Thank you.
We're also on Letterboxd under the same accounts. You can find Chris.
Kev, you're on Letterboxd too, right, Kev?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Oh shit, you are? He totally didn't want to advertise that.
No, I was on like when Casey got it. He was like,
okay.
Kevin, get Letterbox. I got Letterbox. I used it for a week and then I forgot about it.
You have to get into it. You have to get into it. Yeah. Chris tried to get me into it forever. Finally submitted.
It's a good way to keep track of what you've watched, is why I like it.
That's what I need it for.
Yeah. But you can follow Chris on Twitter as well at Chris Pistol, KRISPISTOLE. Make sure to follow his Letterbox as well. He is very active on there. And you can follow me on Instagram as well, same, and Letterbox, and same, URLs as my Twitter or to Zach. And if you enjoy what we do, guys, please consider leaving us a nice review on Apple Podcasts or wherever you listen to us, but Apple Podcasts especially would be really great.
And hold on, don't end the show yet, Zach.
I'm just gonna say, even if you don't listen to the show, which I guess you wouldn't be hearing this, leave us a review. Even if this is the first episode you've heard, even if you just tuned in for this 5 seconds, leave us a review.
If you tuned in for Kevin, for Kevin,
leave a review for Kevin.
Yeah. Just say, I wish Kevin did a podcast.
Yeah.
Fuck these other guys. Okay, so 2 things to end the show. First of all, we had a poll, and I'd like to thank all of you that have voted, because you've made my poll very happy and enlarged, because my choice got picked. So the next themed episode where we decided to pick
retrospective
on some random shit we found on Tubi, because we wanted it to be free for everyone to watch, movies that we felt everyone should see. Zach picked Once Bitten for some reason. What the fuck's wrong with Zach?
That was I know this is gonna lose, so I'm just throwing something up there.
Chris picked Audition, which was a solid contender, but not as solid as the final winner. So Howard, could you please help a little bit?
Here is your winner, Ricky-O, the story of Ricky.
Yes. And also,
here is your winner, Godzilla.
Bye, everybody.
So next episode will be a retrospective on Ricky-O, the story of Ricky, which is going to be super fun. So looking forward to that. So if you haven't heard, we are going to be doing one episode a month. Will either be a retrospective or a theme show, like our Frankenstein and pop culture episodes, kind of any sort of special episode that's not like specifically just a look at one movie. So we're going to kind of alternate between.
We may talk about Mortal Kombat. No, we're probably not.
No,
maybe Mortal Kombat will be out by then.
We'll talk about Mortal Kombat at some point. It just might be at the end of May rather than the beginning. No, maybe it'd be the beginning of May. Might be the beginning of May.
The question is, it comes out the 21st. Will we be recording Ricky-O by then? Because those two really go well together. I think if we watched it the Friday before we record, we could see Mortal Kombat and talk about Ricky-O, the story of Ricky.
We can if you want to try. We can. We'll see.
I'm going to talk about Mortal Kombat. You guys can try to keep up, is all I'm saying.
Please make sure you're following us on Twitter, because every month there's going to be a poll and you can decide whether we're doing a retrospective or a theme show. You can vote on what those are. And the retrospective polls will probably be a little more themes too, so it doesn't seem like we're just randomly selecting movies.
I promise, since we have some Australian listeners, thanks to Casey, the Australian legend. I'm like fucking Paul Hogan over there.
What have you been to Australia?
Dude, I'm big in Australia, dog. I gotta say, like legit, check the downloads. There's gonna be some from Australia on there. I just gotta say, I'll put Razorback on one of those polls just for you guys.
And if you have any suggestions for polls, movies you want us to talk about, discussion topics, let us know.
Kevin's got one.
Write us on Twitter. Send us an email. Write us on YouTube. Kevin's got one.
I was gonna chime in with Razorback's amazing. Razorback with a double feature with The Keep is would be great. I just saw The Keep, and it's the weirdest movie that also has one of the greatest horror soundtracks ever. It's by Tangerine Dream.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's the movie's like a
Lady
fever dream.
Hawk's Tangerine Dream, which is stolen by Godfrey Ho for Ninja Terminator.
Well, Kevin, we might have to have you on for another double feature episode like the last one you did with us. So, and if you haven't heard that, make sure you tune into our Maniacal Martians episode that Kevin was on last time. One of our best shows. Really, I was listening to it the other day. It's great.
Even though the asshole made me watch bad channels, it's okay because now Kevin's got the TerraVision theme song stuck in his head just because I mentioned it.
It's on my iPhone.
Is it your ring? You should make it your ringtone. Oh,
so thank you for joining us. Thank you as always for joining us, guys. You may have heard a new theme song in this episode, not new, like a remix of the theme song. We're ushering in like a new phase of another Miserable podcast. So slowly but surely, pieces are coming together. I'm working on working in quotes on a new website. So it's in the process. So just that's coming. If you didn't hear a new theme song, well, you'll hear it in the episode after this probably. Yeah, so exciting things are in the works. Thank you for coming along with us on this ride. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for supporting us. The best is yet ahead. Thank you, Kevin, again for coming on, man. Always a blast to have you on. So we're definitely looking forward to you coming back soon. And we'll see you guys next time.